Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, the Chair of the Council of Governors, Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, the Deputy Chair, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors and High Commissioners, Governors present, the Speaker of the Senate, Senators present, members of the county assemblies, and the speakers of the county assemblies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hamjambo. Your Excellency, I will not make a statement because
This is NTV.
Na bibi yako ni?
Nikaswala tu.
Ananipikia. Inaitwa don't touch my friend, eh? Get on the trend.
Sasa pia wewe fanya hivi. Unaona wewe na hiyo trend, jitoe. Don't touch me.
Thubutu kubeba mwanamke yeyote. Kwanza kale kama makagasi. Jaribu.
Nina, so tell me. Say tell me I am your NYS.
Government that participated in the rollout of devolution, and looking at this conference, the 5th devolution conference, 6th devolution conference, Your Excellency, I am a very proud member of your government, because when history is written, it shall be that you are the president and we are the government that facilitated and consolidated devolution to become the success that devolution today is. Let me also say that listening to governors, there are two things that have come out. There is now greater appreciation of what can happen in our counties. I heard governors speak here about manufacturing. Manufacturing used to be a big thing by big corporates in US dollars. But today, devolution is telling us that manufacturing can be not about foreigners or white people or people with US dollars. It can also be, and it should actually be, about ordinary people in Kenya shillings, in local places in our counties. And it is my very strong belief that that is the trajectory that will turn around our fortunes in matters manufacturing. What they need is the environment, the infrastructure necessary to facilitate manufacturing in every county. The second item, listening to my friends in this conference, is resources. All of us are discussing about more money. And it is true, because I sit in IBEC, and Governor Oparanya remembers that the last meeting of IBEC, we were unable to agree on sharing money. They wanted more, we had less. And therefore, the animal in the room is that we know what we must do. We know how much it costs, but we do not have the resources. And because of the importance of this conference, it is important for us to think outside the box, to find innovative ways, and to sit down together and find a mechanism of baking a bigger cake so that we can all have more to share. And we have suggestions, as the governors know, on how we can raise more revenue using our own sources as county governments. And let me say something here, ladies and gentlemen. In 2002, our whole budget was about 250 billion. Within a very short time, now we are at 3 trillion. The question many people ask was, what was happening? What was happening to our taxes at that time? And the question I want to challenge us is that at the moment, own sources of revenue are very small. Like the same way we moved our budget and revenue from 2003 to the present, I am confident that thinking outside the box, looking at own sources of revenue, we can create additional resources, maybe double or triple in some counties, the money that comes from shareable revenue using own sources of revenue. And therefore, that is something that we must think about. And lastly, when His Excellency the President assembled us to think about the Big Four, it was very clear to us that some of the things that we were thinking about were devolved. But because government is one, and the Constitution says we are going to work in consultation and collaboration, that is why in this conference, the Big Four is a subject of discussion, so that together we can work towards a better Kenya. I want to encourage, listening to Dr. Kuti and Nyirnyir from Isiolo, Anne Waiguru and the coffee from here, and the yogurt and the many other things that we have had, that as a government as well, we decided that we need to reverse this debate about exports and imports. I know there is a huge debate about China and the money China is giving us and the space that is occupying in our country. But there is a flip side. We equally took a decision that we must open up the Chinese market to Kenyans and Kenyan farmers. And His Excellency the President has already made it possible. In his trip to China, we now have, and Peter Munya, who is here, can confirm that we have solid agreements on ensuring that our farmers, from tea to coffee to avocado to macadamia and many of the other items, including what we can export from our livestock products. The market of about 1 billion people in China is available to us, so that as county governments, as you think about how to expand our agriculture, keep your eyes as well on the export market, because we now have an export policy. Markets are being created that will not only enhance revenues coming to our country, but it will also turn around the fortunes of many farmers in our rural areas. I hope there will be discussion on matters export of our agricultural products in this meeting. As I said, I will make my comments when I get my time. It's now my very humble duty and responsibility to request His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, to come and make his statement. Mr. President, sir.